What's going on, people? In this video, I'll be breaking down a couple things you might have missed in the teaser trailer for My Hero Academia Season 6, and I'll also be giving my reaction to the news that the My Hero manga is ending in 2022. At Jump Festa earlier today, Horiksohi officially confirmed that his plan is to end the manga next year, which is obviously massive news. However, he did leave open the small possibility that things might continue a tiny bit longer. Later in the video, I'll be giving my thoughts on what he said, but first, let's break down the Season 6 teaser trailer. Okay, so one of the first shots from this trailer was this image of the Paranormal Liberation Front, which is a new villain organization led by Shigaraki. An interesting thing to notice is that Re-Destro is now using a walking stick after his fight in the last season, as during his battle with Shigaraki he was forced to cut off his own feet to stop his whole body from decaying. Since then he's had prosthetic feet implanted, allowing him to walk when he's not using his high-tech wheelchair. In the background we also have Gigantomachia, who is now wearing two arm gauntlets, which are more clearly visible in the manga panel of this same moment, and of course in the center we have Shigaraki in his brand new style. As the successor to All For One, him wearing his suit is just a subtle way of showing that he's ascended to that role, and just like AFO, his hair is now white, something that happened in the anime last season after his awakening. Moving on, the teaser then goes on to show us several glimpses of the heroes getting ready for war with the villains, and without giving away spoilers, it's clear that the heroes have been split into different locations. For example, we have Endeavor and his group who are inside a building, whereas Midoriya and his group are outside, as their job is to evacuate the civilians from the city. There's also a third team of heroes who are somewhere else, and on the front lines you can see there's a small group of students, in particular Denki, Mudman, Mushroom Girl, and Tamaki Amajiki. In the back of this shot, there's a character with a handsaw for a head, and this is something that they've changed from the manga, because in chapter 259, this same guy was actually Chainsaw Man, as in the real Chainsaw Man from the manga of the same name. This was just a casual Easter egg that Horiksohi included, but for whatever reason he's now Handsaw Man in the anime, which I imagine is a lot less effective. As a side note, I read the Chainsaw Man manga last year, and I'd recommend it because it was unlike anything I'd read before, especially towards the end it was getting like really chaotic, and at the very least Horiksohi seems to be a fan as well. Anyway, as the season 6 teaser continued, we got a brief look at the evil Dr. Ujiko and All For One, before the teaser then ended on this shot of Shigaraki recovering inside a tank. The last time we saw this character, he was being torn apart by the Doctor as part of an experiment to enhance his body and enhance his quirk. Ujiko said that the overall procedure would take 4 months to complete, and once that time was up, Shigaraki would have the power to take one for all. A large aspect of season 6 is the heroes trying to prevent this fully powered Shigaraki from being completed, hence why this was likely the best shot they could have ended the trailer on without spoiling anything in the process. Now, in terms of Horikoshi's letter that was read out at Jump Festa, he revealed that if things go to plan, the My Hero Academia manga will be complete within 1 year. While this is big news, it's not entirely surprising, considering that only 7 months ago we got a chapter titled The Final Act Begins. From that moment, we should have been bracing ourselves for an announcement like this, as Horiksohi seems to now have a solid idea of how the series will be ending. He went on to say that Bakugo will have a huge role in the finale, and that he hopes that those who love and hate Bakugo will enjoy it. On top of that, Toga and Ochako will have a final confrontation, and understandably Shigaraki will be Deku's biggest obstacle, as it's still unclear whether or not Midoriya will be able to save him. My honest thoughts on the series ending next year is that, based on where the story is right now, it makes sense, but I am slightly disappointed that the things we'll likely never get to see. For example, things like an internship in the USA, or a second sports festival, or even exploring the kids' second and third years at UA. There's not really any time to do that anymore, because, you know, it would have to be squeezed in at the end and it just wouldn't be fleshed out. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if My Hero ends next year and we never get a sequel series, then I personally feel like there's a lot of things about this whole world that were left unexplored. However, you gotta respect the fact that Horiksohi is just telling the story he wants to tell, and isn't milking it just for the sake of it. There's also the possibility that there's a spin-off manga like My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I mean, that could still be a thing after the main series is done, because Horiksohi himself wouldn't necessarily have to do it. We also know that the studio loves to make new movies. I mean, that will likely continue long after the manga is done. I remember there was a rumor a long time ago that they were meant to be like 9 or 10 movies, I think. I don't know if that was true, but I mean, we've been getting movies every year, so possible that when the manga is complete, we'll still be getting movies for years and years and years, as long as the anime keeps going at least. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, both about the trailer and about My Hero Academia ending, and don't forget to smash that sub button to stay up to date with videos like this. Thanks for watching as always, and until the next one, peace out.